Like I always come back to, if you're eating quality animal sources, you're going to get your nutrition. So you don't have to worry about getting in everything every day. It's like going to the gym and trying to do every exercise every day. Listening to some Swolosophy on nutrition this evening. Of course, inside Swolenormous X. Yeah, hell yeah. Get your Swolosophy on. I struggle a lot with emotional eating. It's something I'm working on with my therapist, but it has really hindered my health. I often feel overwhelmed with having to eat so many different types of things, and that everything has to be a certain way. Is there anyone who has gotten control of emotional eating and has any advice? Overwhelmed with having to eat so many different types of things. Why are you eating so many different types of things? Why are you getting... I'm confused. Drop in the comments below what your thoughts are. You don't have to eat so many different types of things. You just need to focus on the things that you should be eating and bringing those things into your sphere. I'm confused. What are you getting overwhelmed with? So, I mean, a lot of people struggle with emotional eating. I get it. We all get that. I often feel overwhelmed with having to eat so many different types of things. You don't have to. You don't have to eat the fucking rainbow. I think that's a complete myth when it comes to human health. You don't have to eat everything. It's not normal to eat everything. Human beings usually only have seasonal stuff located in a specific area that they live in. You're not supposed to eat from around the world every day. So that's not something you have to worry about. And like I always come back to, if you're eating quality animal sources, you're going to get your nutrition. So you don't have to worry about getting in everything every day. It's like going to the gym and trying to do every exercise every day. Not going to happen. So it depends on what emotional eating is. If you're working with a therapist, I mean, if you're working with a therapist, do whatever you need to do to work with your therapist. I mean, do whatever. If you're already with a professional, an eating disorder professional, maybe you need to find someone else. Maybe it's not working out. Maybe the tasks or your approach with this current therapist isn't ideal for you. You might have to find someone else, but whatever you're doing with them, just keep going with that. It depends on what's triggering it. It depends on what kind of emotional eating you're dealing with. It depends on what kind of situation you're dealing with. It's got to get more specific. Of course, we're not medical professionals here, so can only go so much with that kind of a vague intro. Anyone else who has gotten control of their emotional eating have any advice? That's super vague. Super vague, but I'm confused as to what is going on here. Feeling overwhelmed with having to eat so many different types of things and that everything has to be a certain way. I don't get that. I don't understand what your approach is there. So without that, I can't give any more of my thoughts on it, but of course you can go and comment on this post in the Swole Fam and then see, maybe get a little bit more deeper in that topic. If she has avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Look, I know this is going to sound insensitive, but these types of eating disorder things, I feel like this is such a first world country thing. I'm just going to go out there and say it. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. I swear. More and more of these diseases or disorders just sound completely made up. I know they're not necessarily. And I'm not trying to minimize anyone that has these, but I think so many people, I mean, look, if you're diagnosed, okay, you're diagnosed. I mean, I could probably technically be diagnosed with a bunch of different things, ADD and this and that. You can diagnose anyone. You can diagnose anyone for anything, it seems nowadays. But avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Only in a country and a society where you have such amazing opportunity to eat quality foods, to have so many different options, to customize things, to have so many choices. Again, too many choices. You have too many choices. If you don't have access to all these foods, you don't have to worry about the choices, right? If it's only about what you can hunt in your area, then you're eating what you can hunt in your area. I don't know. It just seems like so many of these things, the more words and the more complicated of an issue or disorder, the more you can charge for therapy and the more you can charge for medications and stuff. I think a lot of things are just, I don't know. So many of these things just sound completely made up. Not that they are. I'm just saying, literally, just on the face, I'm literally putting that out there. It's kind of interesting just to hear the way they sound. It's like trying to create an issue.
Tudo tem a